tire. Give me more fire, go for no fire. Put up and then get a pre, don't tire. Higher, hit him man, go take my shorty. That big blow, I will see you rock your body. Hit him man, go that's my shorty. You too nasty, your body love me.
Go down, baby. Wake up, I want to go there, baby. One slow, go down, baby. Wake up, I want to go there, baby. One slow, go down, baby. Break your back, I want to go there, baby. One slow, go down, baby. Break your back, I want to go there, baby.
Someone know for the things that you doing with the cost in the morning. I want to know the thing that you doing with it last in the morning time. I want to know the thing that you doing with it cost in the morning. I want to know the thing that you doing with it last in the morning time. Are you ready? Go down, down, go down, baby. I like to see you want to step on the beat. Straight, straight, I make it stand on your feet. And you get the legend that you remove covers. I make it dance, dance, you rocking it. Don't show your style because I'm watching it. Shake your boo when
I said, honey, have you heard about the Global Net TV?
Oh, yes, sweetheart. I read about them. At GlobalNet ITV, they provide superior television services with endless selections of TV channels and many options to include live TV.
That's a great news.
Yes, they provide news, entertainment, premier sports like NBA, American football, major soccer leagues, movies, and favorite TV shows with endless content and no service interruptions.
Sweetheart, is that all?
No, they also have adult content included with parental guidance. Also, check out their 6-month plan for only $96 and their 12-month plan for only $176. Wow, honey, isn't that a great news?
Yes, but sweetheart, how can we get in touch?
Yes, you can contact us at 226-946-1090 or visit our website at www.globalnetitv.com.
Makeup, they say, increases people's perception of a woman's likability, competence, and trustworthiness. That's why I introduce to you Major Millions Beauty and Market. Major Millions Beauty and Market has the best skin and hair care products. The beauty parlor also has hair accessories, including hairspray, hair gel, and hair dryer, makeup palettes, Major Millions customized lip gloss, shoes, bags, concealers, blushes, and a lot more. Guess what? Major Millions Beauty and Market has on sale well-packaged African products to include your favorite cuisine, cassava leaves, potato greens, palava sauce, palm butter, etc. Customers purchasing goods worth over 100 United States dollars will have free delivery once they are 15 minutes drive away from our location. Locate us at 10 Chestnut Drive, Elton, Maryland, 21921. Better still, call us on cell numbers 302-316-6813 or log onto our website www.majormillionsbeautysupply.com. Major Millions Beauty Supply. We move.
After party, party after party.
There's one place, and that place is the place you can find all your party supply. It's Models D Party Supply on Camp Johnson Road. It's Models D Party Supply. Has all and every kinds of party supplies you need, ranging from party dishes, plastic tablecloths, Disney party banners for kids, flowers for weddings and parties, balloons, different colors and sizes, party dishes, different colors and sizes, gift wrap papers. We also do the following: rental services, chairs, tables, chair covers, table runners, and chair sarge. You can find them all. Models D Party Supply. Our quality products bring you in, and our low prices bring you back. That's why we are Models D Party Supplies. Contact us on Camp Johnson Road, Monrovia, Liberia, next to Yes Transport, or call us on 0777-671-814. 0886 777 665.
Lopus Kitchen, a Liberian-owned business operated by Johnson and Wales University's trained chef Joyce Matowia, is your dining away from home. At Lopus Kitchen, we prepare all kinds of Liberian cuisines, including fried and rare oil potatoes green, kidney beans, palava sauce, fever leaves, and a lot more. We also make rice bread, meat pies, cookies, Benesi candies, and all kinds of pastry products. Place in your order online today from anywhere in the US at www.lorpuktchen.com. The good news is your package is sealed in an insulated cooling box and reaches your destination well preserved and fresh. Save yourself the stress and order the best from a professional chef. Lopus Kitchen keeps your fingers licking.
We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint of the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that SendWave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTN Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download SendWave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure. And start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. SendWave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you.
September 2021. The time in Delaware, it's 3:28 a.m. And the time in Liberia, where Boakai Amara Kamara is 7:28 a.m. Boakai, good morning.
Good morning, Costa, and good morning to our many listeners home and abroad. It's good to be here with you on the 9th month, the 9th day, 2021.
What do you remember of this day? What is this day famous or infamous for? September 9th, 1990. What happened on that fateful day?
The Res Riot?
Nope. Samuel K. Doe.
Okay.
Former President Samuel K. Doe was murdered on this day by now Senator Prince Ward Johnson.
Yomi Johnson.
September 9th, 1990. Yeah. So it is a terrible day in our country. A sitting president was caught. He was maimed, mutilated on camera, and those images were beamed around the world. Very, very sad. So, Boakai, the reaction to the coup d'etat in Guinea. Where do you stand on this, Boakai? Where do you stand on the Guinea coup?
Well, I've been following closely the coup d'etat in Guinea, and my position was that I've been waiting to hear from the Economic Community of West African States, where will be a stand on the issue in neighboring Guinea. And yesterday they came up with a suspension note on Guinea, suspending Guinea from ECOWAS for now, up until things can settle down. But it took me back when former President Alpha Condé play with the constitution? Where was ECOWAS? There are a lot of things coming in mind, Costa, when it comes to that particular situation. I can say I welcome it. I can say it is wrong, but you have to just sit and look at how things going. But the people of Guinea, some are celebrating the coup, and some are against. So for me, I'm just in between yet to say, oh, it's a good thing,
For me, you know me, I almost never sit in between. I support the coup d'etat 100%. Any leader that orchestrates a coup d'etat with the constitution of his country in order to stay in power much longer than he should stay in power deserves to be overthrown. Any leader that authorizes the police and the military to shoot and kill innocent people who are protesting, dozens of people, you remember, Boakai, were slaughtered in cold blood at the direction of Alpha Conde. He murdered people in cold blood in order to suppress public outrage and disapproval of the coup, of the tempering of the Constitution. Those people's blood deserve to be some kind of penalty is deserving of that. So I support a coup. I'm in support of the coup d'etat. And Alpha Conde did not have any legitimacy to be in power. He served 10 years as president. He should have gone. He should have sat himself down. He decided to change the constitution. But did you hear what our own president, George Weah, said? Now, folks, I was a little surprised because George Weah is attending the virtual summit on Guinea. And in George Weah's remarks, he said why they condemned the coup d'etat that happened in Guinea. People should also condemn the altering of constitutions.
Yeah.
But listen to me, Boakai. George Weah did not say that when Alpha Conde changed the constitution, and the whole world saw that. He didn't say anything about that. Do you know why George Weah is talking about people not changing constitutions to try to stay in power much longer? Do you know why, Boakai?
No.
George Weah is trying to appease the Guinean coup leaders. And the reason is simple. You know that Liberia had just signed a deal with Guinea for the iron ore from Guinea to be transported through Liberia, through the port of Buchanan. And that deal was signed, and the Liberian government signed a contract with a company out of Dubai that they will give the Buchanan port to prepare the Buchanan port, upgrade it, optimize it, improve it, equip it, so that when the iron ore begins to come over from Guinea, the government of Liberia will begin to make a lot of money. So, and George Weah was supposed to go to Dubai, you remember, to sign a deal and collect his $6 million in kickback. So George Weah does not want to piss off the coup leaders. You see what I'm saying, brother? Do you understand? Liberia needs that deal. George Weah needs that deal for the Guineans to honor the deal so that the iron ore from the Samandu Iron Ore Project in Guinea can be transported to the outside world through Liberia by way of the Buchanan port. So you think George Weah going to blow your money? So George Weah, who used to act like he cared so much about Alpha Conde, and Alpha Conde was supposed to be a mentor, George Weah did not criticize Alpha Conde when Conde changed the constitution. But in George Weah's remarks to the ECOWAS, at the ECOWAS extraordinary sitting on this particular matter, the Sanama Swan, who himself is not a Democrat, said that African leaders must be careful, that they must stop playing with the Constitution. But poor guy, where the hell was he when Alpha Conde changed the Constitution? Where the hell was he? But as I said, It is because George Weah does not want to jeopardize that deal, which will see him receive $6 million in bribe from the company in Dubai that they've already awarded the Buchanan Port to prepare the Buchanan Port so that the iron ore from the Samadou iron ore project in Guinea can be transported by rail to the Buchanan Port and then exported by sea out of Liberia. You see the deal, right?
Sure.
So he doesn't want to offend, Mamadi Doumbouya. Because if you offend Mamadi Doumbouya, Doumbouya may just go ahead and do what, right?
Cut off tie with him and cancel the deal.
He cancel the deal.
Yeah.
Doumbouya can say, hey, you signed a deal with Alpha Condé, who was corrupt, yes. We don't want to honor this deal. So we are losing everything. You see that? So this is the thing, folks. This is the thing. So the bottom line here is, I support the coup d'etat. And so I'm very happy about what happened. One particular reason why I support the coup d'etat. Any president, any leader that orders the slaughtering of his own people in cold blood himself deserves to be slaughtered. Let me come back. Any human being that orders the killing of people, innocent people, whose only crime is to stand up and to fight for their rights, that leader himself does not deserve to be alive. That is Henry Costa. That is my view. If you are a leader and you give an order to go and murder your people, you yourself do not deserve to be alive. That's how I feel. You are not better than the people you killed. That nonsense you can do. You say, oh, the man a good leader. How can you call yourself a good leader? Why? How can you call a leader a good leader when this leader orders the killing of innocent people? You are not a good leader. Any leader that gives an order to soldier men to go and shoot and kill innocent people. Do you know how many people were murdered in Iraq? I mean, in Guinea, Boakai? They murdered innocent people, Boakai. So you think, God bless him, they ain't killing Alpha Condé. His life is not better than the dozens of lives of Guineans that was snuffed out of them through cold-blooded state-sponsored murder. So I support the coup. And I support the coup all over. You know how I said this to you? Thomas Jefferson said that the tree of liberty from time to time has to be watered with the blood of patriots and tyrants. The tree of liberty, the liberty tree, from time to time, you got to water that tree with the blood of what? With the blood of wicked leaders and the blood of patriots that will stand up to fight those wicked leaders. Thomas Jefferson, that's what he said. That's what, and I agree with Thomas Jefferson 100%. Now, so now they say they're trying to form a, when you read it, so the Americans and the French have actually issued statements. The Americans and the French have actually issued statements, passively condemning the coup. That's what they ought to do, Waka. That's what they do. They will issue a statement condemning the coup. Here's what their statements, all of the statements are saying. They are urging, they're not asking the coup leaders to return Alpha Condé to power.
No.
Instead, they are asking the coup leaders to do what? To return the country to what?
Civilian state, citizen.
They are asking the coup leaders to return the country to constitutional democracy.
Yeah.
Constitutional rule. Now, shouldn't they be saying, put Alpha Condé back in power?
No. That just it.
The Americans and the French, while they issue statements to say we condemn the coup, but they are not asking that Alpha Condé be returned to power.
Mhm.
Instead, they're saying, we want you, the coup leaders, to return the country to democratic rule, constitutional rule. Now, Dumbuya is a highly educated man. He was trained by the French, served in the French Foreign Legion, fought for the French in Djibouti, Afghanistan, and other places. It was in 2018 that Alpha Condé reached out to Dumbuya and said, come and become my head of a special military force called the Special Force Unit. That's what the man came from France and he took up that thing. So Naomi, they're from Kanka.
Yeah.
They are both Mandingo people. They are from the same region, Kanka in Guinea. I'm happy that the coup leader and the major leader of the coup, they are all
Mandingo
people.
So that's why people are saying the coup was kind of planned by Alpha Condé and the coup leader.
What you got planned?
Yeah, because he being the person that invited the men.
Don't bring that conspiracy theory here, man. That Alpha Condé playing coup so man can overthrow him.
So who make it take power?
No, I beg you. You all right. That people greedy for power. You think, look, Dumbuya and Niger got tired. Do you know what Alpha Condé did 1 week before the coup d'etat took place, Wagai?
Nope.
He cut the salary of the soldiers of the army by 5%, reduced the salary of civil servants, and did what? Increase his own salary. 1 week before the coup d'etat. That's what Alpha Condé did. Wagai, you already are. That's why that power bill like that. He don't want to tell somebody they can overthrow me and disgrace me like that and put me in front of camera and disgrace me so he can take power. Alpha Condé, that he didn't know about it. The thing is, he trusted his kinsman. He thought because the man is Mandingo. The reason I'm happy is because if the coup had been orchestrated, say, by the Fulanese, if the Fulanese had carried out a coup d'etat to remove a Mandingo president from power, I don't need to tell you how bloody it was going to be in Guinea.
Totally bloody.
An ethnic crisis would have erupted. But thank God, the coup was organized by a Mandingo man.
Yeah.
The man who is the holy umbrella for the man who is is he world leader than me? I don't look, let me tell you something. I don't know how I would fit, if God ever allowed me to be president of Liberia, I don't know how I would fit among these ECOWAS leaders. I don't know how I would sit among these guys. Look, you have a situation here where Alpha Condé ordered the murdering of Guinean citizens for merely protesting against his undemocratic and unconstitutional attempt or effort to change the constitution and have a third term in office. When Alpha Condé murdered people, did you hear a statement of condemnation from ECOWAS?
Nope.
Thank you. So ECOWAS does not care about the citizens of their country. They did the same nonsense to us when they came to Liberia during the time we were protesting the June 7th and the December protests. We told them, this is our country. You don't talk when the government does terrible things to us. We've interacted with these ECOWAS people. They had the president of the ECOWAS Commission. He's an Ivorian guy. His name is Jean-Cassie Braw. Jean-Cassie Braw led the ECOWAS delegation with General Ben Hansen, the head of the ECOWAS the ECOWAS military, standby military force. They all came to Liberia and tried to lecture us to accept George Weah treating us badly in our own country and telling us not to protest because George Weah was not happy. And we told them,
sure,
it is not your right to come here and tell us what to do. You do not speak out when we are killed, when we are abused, when the man steals from us, and you dare come here and want to lecture us on how to conduct ourselves, and you asking us to not protest, because John Weah does not want to protest. We told them, We do not believe that ECOWAS is in our interest. We made it crystal clear to them. They were not happy at all with us, but we did not give a damn. ECOWAS is a club, is a club that protects its members. And those members are not the citizens of the ECOWAS member countries. They are whoever is in power at the time. How the hell you can tell me, say, we shouldn't protest, and John Weah is not happy, he does not want us to protest. We told you, go to Mr. Weah and tell Mr. Weah, these are our demands. You go to Mr. Weah tells you his issues. What are his issues? Costa calls him an idiot. He gives a whole list of things that I say about him. And Costa calls him a dummy. Costa says the fingernails are black. Costa says he is a billet good. Costa says he's this. Joe Weah did not deliver on any of the things he promised he would do. Our demands during the protest.
Yeah.
So ECOWAS is a useless organization. Nobody needs to listen to them. They are good for. It's not like you suspend Guinea. You suspend Guinea from ECOWAS. How will Guinea lose? What is there to lose? ECOWAS suspends you, so what? ECOWAS can go to hell. This organization is a useless organization that only protects the corrupt and wicked leaders in power. When the leaders kill their own people in cold blood, ECOWAS never speaks out. When the leaders change the constitutions in their respective countries, ECOWAS never condemns it. But when you orchestrate a coup d'etat, then ECOWAS, what happened in Mali, Boakai?
They went there, they talk.
The president, no, but what led to the coup? What led to the coup in Mali? The coup in Mali was because the guy in power didn't want to leave power.
Sure.
So the military overthrew him.
Mm-hmm.
And ECOWAS say, oh, the military should leave power and blah, blah, blah. Nonsense. When African leaders take it upon themselves to abuse the Constitution, the militaries in those countries have the right to overthrow them. It is my view. It is my view. Useless organizations. Alpha Condé was murdering people on the streets of Guinea. What did they do? They did nothing. And you want to sit down here and say, Alpha Condé, and you condemn the coup. Who cares about you condemn the coup? Stupid people. ECOWAS, useless organization. Nonsense. Go sit down somewhere. Stupid people. The thing is never too bad, man, boy. Yeah, man. You will never hear ECOWAS condemn the killings of people in the country of Bagai. They will never speak out. The corruption in their member states, they will never speak out. But when people get out and commit coup, then you want to condemn coup. Nonsense. Let me say this. So let's move on to another subject here. So our government continues to hire lobbyists after lobbyists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The first lobbyist this government hired, I was involved. And I've said this many times. The first lobbyist hired by the Liberian government, I played a role, a key role. In fact, we went to New York, September 2018. I believe it was September 25th, the 25th of September or the 26th of September, 2018. We went to New York to see George Weah, who had come to attend the UN General Assembly, his first as president. We went along with the former mayor of New York and attorney and personal lawyer, private lawyer of Donald Trump, Rudy Giuliani. We also took along with Mr. Giuliani, Mr. Jake Mangas. Jake Mangas was a political director of the Make America Super PAC. And he was deputy chief of staff to Giuliani when Giuliani was mayor of New York. Mangill had asked me to help to find them a good lobbyist in America so that they could try to influence and arrange a meeting for George Weah to come to the White House to meet with President Donald Trump. So I contacted some friends of mine whose names I will not call yet at this point. I said, gentlemen, My friend McGill has asked me to do this. I need your help for us to collaborate. My friend said, hey, we can help you. We got together, we arranged the thing. Now, because Joey was coming to New York, so McGill said, my man, it would be good for you guys to take Giuliani and the representatives of the firm. It's called Greenberg Traurig. It's one of the largest law firms in America. They also do lobbying. So Greenberg Traurig, massive firm. We went to New York. We met with Joe Weah. We took pictures. You remember we had to picture with Giuliani?
Yeah.
And they posted those pictures everywhere. We made that meeting happen in New York. I also posted my pictures from that particular meeting. The firm was asking Weah and them for, I think, $40,000 a month. The government said they couldn't pay. So McGill asked my man, negotiate with people so reduce it to $25,000. I negotiated with my guys and the firm settled on $25,000 a month. That agreement was signed. When the people submit their invoices for the people to pay them, the government would not pay. Samuel Twe, every day every other week, I'll be behind Samuel Twe and McGill to pay the people their money. They will not pay their money. Finally, when Donald Trump was looking like he was not going to extend the the TPS for Liberians in the States, the government was so scared. And so they wanted the law firm, they wanted the lobbyists to intervene with Trump because many of them are Trump people. They had key Trump people there. That's when the government finally settled the invoices. They were behind on many months. They were behind many months on payment. Okay. I got emails to that effect. Every other day, McGill, you pay the people the money. Oh, twice in why the money? And then the money not reach it. Twice in why the money. Every day that what the boys used to tell me. They finally paid those guys. And the guys went and did what they could do to buttress the efforts of, there were Liberians and people tried to get the stuff. But those boys went straight to DC, spoke to the right people. And at the 11th hour, Trump extended the TPS for Liberians. That was after McGill and Tue finally wired the people's payment for many months. Maybe people don't know that yet things it happened by itself. Those boys made a representation to the Trump White House, and Trump went ahead and extended the TPS for Liberians. So they lost Greenberg Traurig. Much was not accomplished. The Greenberg Traurig people said, look, right now your government has a bad rap sheet. We can't fix a meeting with Trump. Trump will not meet you. So they moved on. Now they've hired a new lobbyist, Bakari Sellers.
Yeah.
Bakari Sellers is a fine young man. Bakari Sellers is a lawyer. Bakari Sellers is a CNN contributor. Bakari Sellers is a former state representative of South Carolina. Bakari Sellers has no real DC influence. He has no real network in Washington, DC. Nothing of this sort. Now, when they hired Bakari Sellers, I thought they were hiring Bakari Sellers to do governmental lobbying for them, to go and lobby administration officials, congressional officials, and policy makers to influence things. No, I saw a tweet from Bakari Sellers, a statement.
Yeah.
Bakari Sellers said the deal with the government of Liberia is to do public relations, to try to improve the image, the standing of the government in America, in the African American community, so as to encourage African Americans in particular to go to Liberia to invest. So these guys signed a deal with Bakari Sellers. Bakari Sellers appears on CNN when CNN invites him to speak to a specific topic. Bakari Sellers does not have a platform of his own. Bakari Sellers does not run a a talk show or a TV show, Bakari Sellers is not going to be able to help you to promote you on CNN. You know, my friend is crazy. G. Daniel Gifler. By the way, I met him in Minnesota, beautiful family. And so he did a post yesterday, I believe. He said, oh, but we just saw Bakari Sellers on CNN, but we ain't talking nothing about Liberia. Bakari Sellers want our money back. So Bakari Sellers, when does he get to promote Liberia? So it's a different kind of deal that's happening with him. The deal is public relations for the government to improve the government's image. I'm going to find a statement Bakari Sellers issued. So I'm sure McGill and Weah, with their stupid selves, they probably sat on there and they saw Bakari Sellers on CNN, or they have been watching him for a while, and they said to themselves, damn it, my man, they got sharp, they got on CNN, my man, let's sign agreement with him. He will be promoting all, when he appear on CNN, he will be talking for us small. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Do these guys think that Bakari Sellers will go sit down on CNN and be talking about Liberia? But listen, Bakari Sellers came under attack. I say in the American media, on a severe attack for agreeing to represent Liberia.
Wow.
My man, this is the deal. The Washington. This is the post, a story that was published September 3rd. A CNN analyst and Democratic operative who says the Republican Party opposes gay rights has registered to lobby as a foreign agent of the government of Liberia, which criminalizes homosexuality. Let me read further. Bakari Sellers will work for the Liberian government to promote President George Weah to African Americans audiences, according to a contract that Sellers' firm, Strong Public Affairs, filed this week with the Justice Department. That's the name of his firm, Strong Public Affairs. The $10,000 per month contract calls for Sellers to identify American media opportunities for George Weah that will present him as an emerging voice for the future of Africa. Hey, what? You bought Bakari? What did Bakari Sellers would do? To find media organization in America that will present George Weah as what? The emerging voice of the what? The future of Africa. Look at the Sanama Swan here. The emerging future of Africa. But you want
because you want to do a work, they may do a job.
But you Bakari, that role, George Weah, is that a man you say you want to project him as the emerging voice of Africa? $10,000 a month. Let me read further. While the United States has positive relations with Liberia, the State Department has flagged significant human rights issues in the African nation, including arbitrary police killings, serious restrictions on the free press, child labor violations, and legal prohibitions on same-sex conduct between adults. Liberia is one of nearly 70 nations that criminalize homosexuality. Now, people here are criticizing Bakari Sellers. Let me go and read the Fox News article. CNN analyst Bakari Sellers registered to work on behalf of Liberian government. Libra CNN analyst Bakari Sellers has registered under the Foreign Agents Registration Act to work on behalf of the Liberian government. Documents filed with the Department of Justice on Wednesday show that Sellers will be working on behalf of the government of the Republic of Liberia. The CNN analyst also acknowledged that he would be paid a salary for his work. Sellers wrote that he would help with developing and executing a U.S. media and press engagement strategy for the Republic. What thing? Bakari Sellers said he will be doing what thing? He will be organizing press conference for Joe Weah to speak in America.
Yeah.
They sent him a swine, that role against all your own country that he will be organizing press engagement for in America. My man, let's go for that, man. Bakari Sellers, that he attend G, mama begin. He attend G. Yeah. Let me read further. that Bakari Sellers wrote that he would help with developing and executing a U.S. media and press engagement strategy for the Republic. President Weah and key officials to raise Liberia's profile in U.S. media and bring positive attention to the Republic with American and African American audiences. So Bakari Sellers is supposed to now go ahead and try to fix up the image of Liberia in America. All the nasty things the Americans have reported on, the killings, the stealing, the looting, the suppression of free speech, shutting down Henry Costa's radio station, all those things the Americans have reported about. Bakari Sellers is now promising them that he can help them fix these things and then gloss over them and fix the image in America. Jesus Christ. Woo! Nanga. Indeed, the State Department warned in the March 2021 report that Liberia's human rights issues included arbitrary killings by police, cases of cruel, inhumane, or degrading treatment or punishment by police, harsh and life-threatening prison conditions, arbitrary detention by government officials, serious problems with the independence of the judiciary, serious restrictions on freedom of the press, including violence and threats of violence against journalists, official corruption, lack of investigation and accountability for violence against women, the existence of use of laws criminalizing consensual same-sex sexual conduct between adults, and the worst forms of child labor. So this article that they people wrote, people, you laughing? They said the man will be the emerging voice for Africa. That dirty rule can speak. But Baga, how can you be a voice for Africa when you can't speak? Please tell me.
To your own people back home.
How can Bakari Sellers make Jawia the emerging voice of Africa when Jawia can speak to your own people in your own country? The Africa he will speak to, he will be the voice for the whole of Africa.
But listen,
go ahead, boy. I want to say something.
I thought Mr. Weah had a program, the colloquial program, that he will be speaking to the nation through that colloquial stuff. And the first time he appeared, he just wasted how he paid Joe Boakai hospital bill, blah blah blah.
You remember when he appeared? It was December 20th, the 20th of December 2020. You know why he appeared? The day before that, December 19th, 2020. What happened? No. It was 2019.
2019.
What happened? That was the day Henry Costa arrived in Liberia to a rousing, heroic welcome.
Yep.
That's the day Jawia said, the people said, Jawia, you're supposed to go speak. The next day, Jawia was on the radio.
Yeah.
That's when he said a pile of crap on EOBC. But Bagay, that's not what I wanted to say. What I wanted to say is, McGill is so damn stupid. After this thing, this publication by Fox News about Bakari Sellers signing a deal with the government of Liberia. You know what McGill did? That very, very negative, that article is nasty. It is nasty. McGill went and shared the article on his Facebook page and said, welcome on board, Bakari Sellers. I don't know, the idiot did not read the article to know that the article was so nasty. He shared the article on his page, even though the article condemns the government, it exposes them. It's a nasty article. It's not a positive one. But McGill shared the article on his page. That's how stupid the boy is. But don't forget now, okay? Don't forget. The other day, they just signed another firm. DLA Piper. They signed another lobbying agreement with DLA Piper. Before DLA Piper, they signed another contract with the firm that this guy works for, former Congressman Ed Royce, who was the chair on the Foreign Affairs Committee in the House. Yes. So they keep signing these deals. Now they got the firm that Ed Royce is with. I got the contract. We talked about it. They're going to be paying them what? They're going to be paying them the other DLA Piper. They're paying DLA Piper $1,000 $1,000 per hour.
Wow.
Aside from the fixed fee, $1,000 per hour is what they pay DLA Piper. Apart from the fixed fee, which I think is about $20,000 a month. So then you go to Bakari Sellers, 10 grand a month. Then you go to the firm that this guy is with. What's his name? Ed Royce. So at least the government has 3 or 4 lobbyists working for them. What they really badly want is to get George Weah to come to meet Joe Biden, which is not likely to happen. It is not likely to happen. But they want that so badly because you know what? The dirty son of my swines, all they want is validation from the Americans. You know, traditionally, if a Liberian president does not come to Washington to meet the American president, my man, that is a snub. That's a huge snub. The man didn't meet Donald Trump, and he certainly is not likely to meet with Joe Biden. That's why you see they signing Bakari Sellers, they are signing the other people. So Bakari Sellers is down to do PR for them. But the very, very pronouncement of or the announcement of Bakari Sellers as their lobbyist, their public relations lobbyist, has been met with negative, nasty media coverage. But it was not good to sign Bakari said, because by signing Bakari, it just made the American media to just go ahead and dig up all the nasty things about the government.
Yeah.
So it's having a counter productive effect. It is not what they wanted. What they wanted was positive coverage. Bakari Sellers says the announcement has brought negative coverage. Now, Boakai, let's move on to another subject here. The issue of rice. How was the rice thing? The other day, I watched a portion of a live press conference by the Minister of Commerce, Mawani Diggs. And I look at Mawani, I said to myself, these idiots don't know what they're doing. Mawani Diggs went on to say that there is no scarcity of rice in the country.
Yeah.
That business people are simply they're hoarding, which means they have the rice, they don't want to sell it, they're trying to create an artificial scarcity in order to hike the price. However, Mawani Diggs went on to say that the rice importers have told them that the reason why they are compelled to increase the price of rice is because APM Terminals has increased the handling charges. They used to charge $11 per ton to unload a ton of rice. To unload APM Terminals, $11 a ton. APM Terminals has increased from $11 to what, Bogai? $14. Yes. APM Terminals has increased the handling charge per ton of rice from $11 to $14. Okay, that is an increment of what? $3.
Yeah.
An increase of $3. Now, Baga, you and I both know that $3 per ton, additional $3 per ton, it's not something that's going to sit well with the business people.
Sure.
So they're going to have to increase the price. So the business people told the government, look, you do not control what APM Terminals does. APM Terminals has a concession agreement that gives them carte blanche to increase the handling charges as they please every single year. For the next 25 years, they are in Liberia. Well, they've been in Liberia since 2010. So that means APM Terminals has something like a remainder of what? 14 years in the country. But Boakai, listen to this. Listen to this. The government needs to sit down with APM Terminals and tell them, look, We know you have a concession agreement that says you can do whatever you want to do. You can increase the handling charges to whatever amount you want to every single year. But on the issue of rice, we want you to consider suspending it. We want you to consider suspending the handling charges on the issue of rice, on the price on rice. Because when you increase the handling charges for rice, it is going to cause the price of rice to go up, as has happened. So what the importers are doing, I spoke to a junior brother of mine who's in the business. They sell rice. He said to me, he said, Brother Costa, rice is in the country. But when we go to buy the rice from the importers, they tell us that we will not sell it to you for the $13, $14 we will sell it to you for, or the wholesale price. We are going to add $2 to it. If you want it, fine. But when we sell it to you, we will not issue you a receipt. Are you listening to this? The rice importers are selling rice to local rice dealers without receipts.
Wow.
And why? Why are they selling rice at a higher price to rice dealers without receipts? Do you know why, Bwakai?
Is it because of the government? They don't want the government to know how much they are selling the rice?
That is correct. People are now buying rice from the importers without receipt. The rice importers have increased the price, but they are selling the rice without receipt. They don't want to show the people, they don't want the government to have evidence that they have actually increased the price of rice. So if Bwakai calls them and say, hey, Futa Corporation, I want 500 bags of rice. Futa will tell them, look, we're selling our rice now for $2 more than we used to sell it for, because we have incurred additional costs, handling charges. If you agree, we'll sell it to you for $2 more, but we'll not get you receipt. Why you're not getting a receipt? Because we don't want you taking the receipt to the government and telling them that this is what we're selling the rice for. Imagine that, Bwakai.
And if Bwakai need the rice so badly,
he will go and pay the money in cash and take the rice.
Sure.
No receipt. But there's another angle to it, Bwakai. Some of the local dealers take the rice from the importers and sell before they pay the importers.
Yeah.
Now, that's a sell-pay arrangement, right?
Yeah.
You sell, you pay back. But because of the new arrangement, where the rice dealers, the rice importers are not issuing receipts to the people who are buying from them to go and sell, the people who are engaged in buying the rice or taking the rice from the importers and selling it and paying back, many of them have not been able to get supply because there's no receipt. Why would I give you rice to go and sell and come back and pay me, and there is no receipt, there's no piece of paper between us to show that I gave you my rice to go and sell? Why? The government is yet to really fix this problem.
Yeah, but
they're sitting down there and they're telling you that rice is on the market, enough rice is in the country, and so we are ensuring that the rice importers are saying we cannot afford to sell rice for the same price because we are incurring additional costs, additional expenses. That is the problem, folks. Now, that's the issue with the rice. Let's move on to Ellen Cockrum, Ofori Dia, and Sema Sirena Cephas. Now, for those of you who have not heard about this, Ellen Cochran released a recording. Was it just one recording or two recordings?
One.
A 6-minute recording in which she spoke with Serena Seifert over the phone. Serena Seifert is the Solicitor General. And Serena Seifert and Ellen Cochran were having a conversation about they're dealing with Ofori Dia, former Lord Rebel Commander Ofori Dia, a murderer. I'm not saying former because I'm told Ofori is still involved in murdering people. Now, according to the phone conversation, which is crystal clear, Ellen Cochran, who sounded like she and Seifert are in frequent contact, or at least were, Ellen Cochran is expressing her frustration that Ofori Dia, who apparently was introduced to her by Serena Seifert, was requesting her to send money, thousands of US dollars, to Liberia, so that they could go and do a human sacrifice for her with 3 human heads, 3 heads of young virgins. And the purpose of the human sacrifice, according to the recording, is so that the lawsuit that the US government brought against, the federal government brought against Ellen Cochran for stealing. This woman went and made a criminal application for 7 point something million US dollars under the PPP. This is a program called the Paycheck Protection Program. The Paycheck Protection Program in America was introduced by the federal government as a response to COVID to help small businesses maintain their payroll, maintain their staffers. So Ellen Cochran sent, I think, 4,000 US dollars to Ofori Dia. Now, Ofori Dia told her that they would have to use the heads of virgins to do the sacrifice, so that the lawsuit the US government brought against her for duping them out of $6.3 million.
I get a recording queue already.
Yeah. Go ahead and play the recording. But before we do, let me just lay out. So she wanted to, Ofori told her they got to use human heads, the heads of 3 young virgins, to do the human sacrifice, so that, and they had a medicine man called Watara, and Ofori had given her the medicine man's phone numbers. And Ofori Dia, according to Ellen Cochran, is the one, he said to Ellen Cochran that he does the ritual, he collects the human heads for McGill, for Joe Weir them, and the medicine man does juju for them. And how Serena Seifert himself does juju, and it is the juju that Serena Seifert has been doing, and that's what got him the job as Solicitor General, and he wants to become what? The Minister of what?
The Minister of Justice.
The Minister of Justice. So Ellen Cochran recorded them. Apparently she had a plan to expose them, because apparently they didn't do the juju. Okay? And because the case, she's not going to win that case. The evidence is too strong. She stole $6.3 million. You know? So Ellen Cochran is not happy with Serena Seifert them, because they told her they could do juju so that the U.S. government will lose the case against her in Georgia.
Yeah.
Stealing $6.3 million. But poor guy, you steal $6.3 million US dollars. What do you send to these guys in Liberia? 4,000 US?
Yeah.
You send 4,000 US to do juju so that you can walk away without paying 6.3 million and going to jail? So Ofori Dia and Seifert ate her money. And so she's angry. And because she's going down, she wants to take everybody down with her. But here is the thing. Some people be like, okay, there's no proof that Cephas was actually in on it. But when you listen to the recording, you can tell that Cephas was the middleman between who? Ofori Dia and who?
Ellen Cochran.
That's correct. Because when Ellen Cochran reported Ofori to Cephas, he complained Ofori to Cephas that Ofori was not treating her right. That Ofori was, I think he was making palaver with her mom or all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When she said that, what happened? Cephas
Serena
said, I will go and talk to Ofori.
No, he said, is the issue, don't you think the issue can be handled between you and Ofori?
Yeah.
That was why. and he being the Solicitor General of the Republic of Liberia, and you refer to Ellen Cochran as a fugitive, but you are aiding her in every activities.
Yeah. You are trying to help her.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, Serena Siva was the one that went, before Ellen Cochran returned to Liberia that time, Serena Siva is the one that went and did what? He went and had the government drop the what? The
charges. Yeah.
The indictment, not charges. They dropped the indictment against her. Serena Siva engineered that. Now we understand why he did that. Because he and this woman have been in contact. They've been in contact. He's been helping her. That's why he went and dropped those charges. The indictment was dropped against the government issue a nolle prosequi. Now, Serena Siva involved in assisting the woman to do juju, so that this woman is a fugitive of justice from Liberia for a real crime. For stealing over $200,000 US when she worked at the Liberia Airport Authority. The evidence is solid. Then Cephas is on the phone with the woman he helped escape from justice. He's helping her now through juju, by means of juju. By means of nasty juju, which involves the using of what? The heads of 3 virgins.
Yeah.
So that she can escape justice in America for stealing what? 6.3 million. You're right, Mr. Jeremiah Ray Parker. You are right. Thanks for that observation. In the recording, Ellen Cochran refers to Cephas as what? How does she call him?
Her husband.
My husband.
Yeah.
She calls him my husband throughout the recording. Serena Cephas did not seem alarmed that she was calling him my husband.
Yeah.
Because apparently that is how she calls him. But okay, what has Serena Cephas said since this recording was came out?
He haven't spoken yet about it. The only person that spoke was Ofori Dia yesterday. Ofori said he don't know what Ellen Cochran is talking about. He took gold and gave it to Ellen Cochran for Ellen Cochran to go and sell in the States and bring the money back so they can establish a mining company. But since Ellen Cochran left, she started playing games with the money, and later on the document that they register at the Liberia Business Registry. So she's somebody that don't need to be trusted. All of the things she's saying isn't true. His hands are clean. He's not involved into ritualistic killing in the country, blah, blah, blah. That was what he said yesterday. He had a press conference.
Overdia is a damn killer. Let me show you damn mouth. Take some calls there, boy. I mean, let's play the recording and then we'll take some calls. Overdia is a murderer, so he has no credibility too. Ellen Cochran is a thief and Ofori is a murderer. Yeah.
All right, there's the recording. Let's take it from here.
Hello. Hey, my husband, how are you? I'm okay, and you? I'm trying to, thank God. Yeah, I trying to put something small together, man, because I was talking to Ofori and he had mentioned something about like if I put like 4,000 together and send it, so that I wanted to put, because I don't want to send it through him, so I wanted to send it to you? How do I do it?
Okay, but listen to this. I don't know how suddenly there's a confusion between here and Ufori, because when you were here, Ufori was your angle. Even when I took the decision, they having a fault that defended, you were in because of Ufori. Ufori had a contact with some of our friends, and they told me, go ahead and take the decision. So I really didn't expect for you and for Ufori to have that kind of quarrel that is ongoing. Even the woman came, the woman brought me the information. I was surprised, and I really don't know how you and Ufori really having that kind of confusion. So what I want to know is that it reaches the point where it can really be resolved.
See, but it can absolutely be resolved. I look at Ufori like a brother, right? That has even he had 2 wives. I look at them like sister. They train them like my own nieces and nephew. So 100% it can be resolved. I think yeah, but unfortunately, some of the things that Ufori has brought forth is what gives me and my mother concern. But every problem has solutions.
What I want to do, listen, what I want to do, it's not good to get a battlefield that starts from Australia, that start to America. Even after you get a stronger war, power, ammunition, you will never win. So you run like fighting battles all over. So what I want to do, can we find a way that you are free or find your differences, and by that you have a red fight, at least background, which will make it not easier for you to concentrate on the bigger picture. You want that?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, for me, for we to come to a resolution with the and all that one there, because it will make it easier, right? So that there's not a battlefield in Liberia as well with this thing with him and Omar. Is that right?
Yeah.
But see, but let me tell you something though. Ufori is not being completely honest. What Ufori has been doing, he been harassing me, telling me that there is some medicine man there in Liberia, between the Liberia and Guinea border. And then he said that when he carried, he told the man about me. And then he also informed me that he carried Cephas and our Bobby Livingston there, and the man required 3 human heads. So I said, Ufori, I would not do that. Any kind of sacrifice I want to, I not do no human heads. I can do cows. So then he said, I'm gonna send $4,000 so that he can send it to the sacrifice. But I Cephas and Bobby Livingston involved in human sacrifice, and he Ufori will be going to catch the young virgin girls for the human heads sacrifice with their camel or Ufori told me that. I even got the camel number. The man called me because Ufori gave him a number, and he told me that you Cephas and Bobby Livingston, Ufori carry you there. He said he in Lofa, but he got placed in Lofa and Guinea, and that he'll do juju for your medicine with human heads. So Ufori been trying to get me that I'm gonna follow the same processes that how I see you. For things then for there to be a resolution. And I told him I will not do human heads. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
I'm not going to Guinea. I'm not going to anybody from Guinea. The first said the guy is a criminal. I don't tell me I'm going to do.
But you know, ask him, because he said he told even the big people that he said he don't carry McGill there, he don't carry President Weah, and he responsible for collecting the human heads in Liberia, meaning to be sacrificing small virgin girls to be able to carry their heads for their particular malam. So the guy last name is Watara. There was some Siafa Watara that I got his number. I can even text it to you. That the guy that I will text it. I'll text you again number and Liberia number that and they've been calling me. And before he said being harassing me, he said, "Oh, my sister, you know that we can just resolve all the thing there, even your issue on the other side there with the human heads." He said, "Look at Cephas." He said, "Even the president and the Michael, I don't want to run the operation when we need to go get the human heads." So I told him I came to human heads. That where the problem came. Then he said, "I'm breaking some." I know. What he said is that he went and put his life on the line and took an oath for me. He said, "I'm breaking the oath if I will not do the human head." I said, "Absolutely not." I said, "If I gotta suffer, go to jail, whatever the case is, I will not do human head." I I will text it to you. I'll come and text you again. And like run number. And also for me, that where the biggest problem. Then he took the truck. He said that he will use the truck. He said you and him guys are gonna deal with the truck. All kind of mess he been going. I said you can't do that to my mother. My mother, this is a truck that her lit hospital because the man was a superintendent and a principal before of schools before he died 2.5 years ago. And he left Swanton with Oma that she trying to retire in Liberia and do what she can to get a truck. Then before we now go steal her truck, change the ignition, and they're talking about more bring human hair sacrifice. We'll not do it.
Okay, just text your number to me. Thank you. I will call you. I will call you by 6 o'clock about that. Yeah.
Okay, my husband. All right.
Because.
But play. She's about to speak. She recorded that thing on purpose.
The conversation is today, August 28th, 2021. At approximately, let's see, when did this call go out? The call is at it was approximately 09:31 in the morning on August 28th. All right.
Okay. So, folks, that's Ellen Cochran in conversation with Sema Cyrena Cephas, and they're talking humor heads, Juju, and Jawia named there, McGill named there. Now, you know who released Ofori from jail, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who?
How they call him? The city mayor.
No.
Ofori?
Who pardoned the Grangidians that came out of jail?
President Weah.
Thank you. You remember Ofori was part of that squad that works for McGill? You remember?
Sure.
They were in that video.
Mm-hmm.
What they call themselves, the former military general, you remember during the time we're playing the protest?
Yep.
And they came out, they had a press conference, they said they were going to arrest who?
Anybody that will come on the street.
They were going to arrest Yeke, and they were going to go after Henry Costa too. You remember?
Yes.
They had a press conference.
Yes.
The U.S. embassy issued a statement condemning them. You remember General Powell, Ofori Dia, and all those guys. Siafa Norman and all.
Yeah.
And who did they say they work for?
Nathaniel McGill.
McGill called a press conference and said what? No, Buckeye, you know what I mean? I don't forget these things, Buckeye. McGill called a press conference and said what? About them. When the question was asked, do these people work for you, McGill? These ex-rebel generals. McGill said, I'm the head of this country. I'm the leader of this country. Well, he really is the leader. I have the right to associate with whoever I want to associate with. These are Liberian citizens. That's what McGill said.
Mm-hmm.
And McGill said that the group is an NGO. That's what McGill said. A bunch of ex-rebel generals that organize themselves to threaten people. They call themselves an NGO. You remember the report written by the Independent Human Rights Commission about the protest?
Yeah.
The observations?
Mm-hmm.
What was one of the observations regarding these ex-rebel generals, Ofori Dia and others? What was it?
Yeah, they said they saw men among the protesters with arm, dressed up, couldn't be recognized easily. Yeah.
Hold on right there. You see why I say I like to bring these things up because a few days after the protest, the Independent National Human Rights Commission called a press conference. They dispatched an observation team on the grounds of the protest.
Yeah.
In their report, they stated that they recognized, they identified ex-rebel generals, including Ofori Dia and others, on the grounds of the what? The protest.
Protest.
And they suspected that they were carrying what?
Weapons.
Mm-hmm. So Ofori Dia is close to McGill. We know that. In fact, the Toyota Sequoia that McGill used to drive when he was hungry and suffering, the one that Jawia gave to him, Do you know who he gave that old treasure sequoia to?
No.
Ofori-Dia. You see that? So when Ellen Cochran mentions Ofori-Dia and say that Ofori-Dia told her that he does juju for McGill and we are them, who are you to say no? Who are you to say no? It is not true. Let's go to the lines and take some calls there, folks. These people are hell of a people. Let's take some calls.
Okay, folks, so the phone lines are open 0770-102-102-086, 010-383, 055-102-102. The WhatsApp number is +231-888-624171. You didn't chip in on the issue about the CPP meeting this gone time.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. You know, a friend of mine just sent me a message, and he has a point. He said, look, Ellen Cochran spoke with Cephas and recorded the conversation. She must have spoken with Ofori many times.
Yeah.
Where are the Ofori recordings? I mean, we all know Ofori is a terrible human being, but for the sake of fair play, where are the Ofori-Dia recordings? And Boga, is that not a fair ask?
That's it.
It's a fair concern. We know Ofori is a murderer. Ofori was general, rebel general, commander of alert, and all kind of stuff. That Ofori carries out clandestine missions for McGill and others. Only God knows the kind of terrible things Ofori-Dia has done since he got pardoned by George Weah. But the question remains, Ellen Cochran is a cheap recorder. She likes to record people. So she recorded Cephas. Does she have a recording on Ofori-Dia? Now, Ofori wanted money from her, according to her, to do ritualistic, to collect human parts, supposedly for a sacrifice, in order for her for the U.S. government to lose the lawsuit against her for stealing, for swindling. That would be the appropriate word, for swindling the U.S. government out of $6.3 million under the Paycheck Protection Program. Now, you want to tell me Ellen Cochran was smart at that? All the time she spoke with Ofori, she didn't recall Ofori, man.
She did. She's always in and out of recording people.
Exactly, bro, guy. So the question is, where is the Ofori-Dia recording? I would like to know. That is a good question. Let's go to the phone lines and take.
So now, the president should have taken action ever since. The Solicitor General of the Republic of Liberia
is in conversation with a fugitive of justice.
Yeah.
Someone he assisted to escape the country. And he's there trying to resolve a dispute between her and a man, a terrible, terrible person. So the point is, Ellen Cochran must have recordings on Ofori. But let's take some calls. Bagay. Bagay? What's wrong with Bagay? Something wrong with your internet? Is he freezing or something? Bagay, are you there? Bagay. What's wrong with Bagay? Oh, my people, y'all will. Now we lost Bagay. I hope we get him back. I don't know what their problem is, but I'm trying to call them. We have 20 more minutes to go. We're about to take some calls. This is an interesting thing. Did she record Ofori? Now, why wouldn't she? Or why didn't she if she did not? Hello? Don't tell me, hold on. Well, already minute here. I'm going to tell me what's going on. Tell me to hold on. Tell me what's going on. My man, don't tell me to hold on. What's going on? Yeah, but just tell me. Don't tell me to hold on. What's wrong? What's wrong with you? Yeah. So they have some internet trouble.
Zero.
Yeah, that was. But
Yeah.
okay, good to have you back. Make sure all the apps are on. My TuneIn, my Tuner, TuneIn, or the website, everything.
Sure.
Let us do that. It goes without saying. But let's go to the lines, Bwakai.
All right. So the phone lines are open this morning. You're saying something?
Why didn't Ellen Cochran record Ofori? If she did, where are the Ofori Dia recordings? I want to hear Ofori Dia telling the woman, say, give me the money, let me go do the emo heads. I want to hear you. I will make no defense for Ofori Dia because the men are all killer. But I just want to hear the recording. Let's take some calls, Bwakai. Please.
All right. So the phone lines are open 0770 102 102 086 0103 555 102 102, and the WhatsApp number is +231 888 624171. Keep your calls coming in this morning, and we will take you through the line. So there is no call yet. The phone lines are open now. Just place in your call, and we will have you on the line this morning. 0770 102 102 086 010383 0555 102 102. If you are out of the country, you can call me up on WhatsApp. That's +231 888 624171.
Bwakai, this thing at the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Agency. It is a serious problem. We all complain about Zogos in the country, brother. The Zogos today, they are victims of the drug problem we have in the country.
Yeah.
The DEA folks, the bosses, they're engaged in selling the drugs that they seize from the smugglers, the drug traffickers. They confiscate the drugs, different types of narcotic substances, and then they go and sell the drugs. And what you see them burning, sometimes it's just a small portion of it. And we have been told these things by insiders. I have a gentleman, his letter of dismissal, he was fired. You know why the gentleman was fired, Bwakai? The gentleman said he received a tip from a lady. The woman told them that she knew where they had a large consignment of drugs. So she told them that, hey, I'm going to tell you guys where the drugs are, but you must promise me that when you confiscate the drugs, you are going to give me a compensation or a reward with some of the drugs. Okay. Who can do the other one again? You confiscate drugs that you should get off the market. Okay. Then you do what? You take the same drug, then you go get somebody some. Okay.
I see.
So, my man, I see what they're talking about. Okay. The guy told me after they seized the drugs, I posted a picture of the drug yesterday, but you saw the picture? Cocaine, no. Heroin, all kinds of drugs. They seized them from the drugs came from Colombia. After they seized the drugs, the commander and the guy they fired, I have a dismissal letter right here. They went ahead, they honored the deal they made to the woman. They gave the woman 10 packs of, I think, the cooking and all that kind of stuff. So when they went in and told their bosses that they had given the woman some of the drugs, you know who they fired? They didn't fire the overall guy. They fired who? They fired the ordinary guy, the agent, who was given the tip by this lady that led to this drug bust. Okay. I'm the boss man.
Yeah.
Me and Braga go somewhere. Somebody gives me information that somebody got drugs in our house. But the person that gave the information said, in order for me to tell you where the drugs are, y'all must promise me that y'all will give me some of the drugs when y'all catch the drugs. But wait now, how can DEA be giving people drugs? After they seize the drug, they get you post on the drugs.
Yeah, but Costa, the person was saying that because the person know that if they go and get a drugs, they said they will sell the drugs and not report it.
I think so, black guy.
Yeah, that's it.
Because how you will tell me, say, my man, I got information on where people got drugs at. So when I get you the information, when you catch the drugs, you got to give me some of the drugs. But wait now, you who just telling me, say, I'm going to give you drugs, I can't start investigating you too to find out what you doing with drugs. But the woman, they made a deal with the woman to give her some of the drugs when they seized the drugs. They gave her some. The bosses were not happy that they gave the woman some of the drugs. Hello? They were not happy that they gave the woman some of the drugs. You know what they did? The bosses got mad. Now, they didn't get mad because the man gave the woman drugs. They fired the underling, the ordinary guy, the ordinary agent that got the tip from the woman about where the drugs were that led to the drug bust is the one they fired. I have his letter of dismissal right here. I will read it for you. Now, this is last month. It happened in August. These drugs are worth a lot of money. I published the pictures yesterday on Facebook. Now listen to me, Bogey. Listen to me. The commander, the senior ranking officer that was in charge of the operation, who is close to the DEA boss and all the other top guys at the DEA, they didn't fire that one. Okay. They didn't fire that one. They fired the ordinary guy because they made a commitment to the woman to get the woman the drugs, and they gave the woman the drugs. Okay. Guess what happened now, boy?
Why?
After they fired the guy, then they told the woman to bring the drugs back. The woman get in some. She didn't get in all. So the woman gave them some of the drugs. She didn't return all of it. Then he arrested the drug dealers and put them in jail at South Beach. They were there waiting to be processed to send to court. One guy, the very next day, the drug dealers were released from the South Beach prison. They were released. According to the story, they are out of the country. I have the letter here after they dismissed the guy. Lawman can say my witness behind the scene.
Were they Nigerian or which national?
I don't know what nationality they are, but I know that the drugs came from Colombia. I'm told they are dealing for Colombians. Now, this is a letter of dismissal. Republic of Liberia, Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, Ministry of Justice, Office of the Human Resource, August 17, 2021. Officer Slew A. Slew, Chief of Operations, Nukutan Detail, and the guy in charge of operation in the Nukutan area. Dear Officer Slew, based on the findings and recommendations from the Board of Internal Inquiry and Professional Standards of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, LDEA, the administration has resolved to terminate your services into the DEA. To terminate your services into the DEA, that's what it wrote. I'll read exactly what it wrote. For drug improprieties, which is in violation of section 4.2.7 C of the duty manual. Meanwhile, you are ordered to turn over all LDA properties you have in your possession to the Human Resource Department. Desist from identifying yourself as LDA employee, and if caught, you will be fully prosecuted. Please take note and govern yourself accordingly. Sincerely, what's the person's name? Nimlin Boy, Human Resource Director, LDA. Now, Bogai, listen to this. You fired a guy who received the tip from the lady. And the lady said, I will show you what a draw is, but when you catch a draw, you're going to give me some of the draw. They caught the draw, they get a woman some. But why would DEA men get draw, then they get draw to somebody? Now how you got money to get a bunch in cash?
Yeah.
If somebody gave me a tip and I work with DEA and they say, y'all go to the place, you'll see drugs there. But when you get a drug, you're going to give me some of the drugs to go sell. Right away, I was investigating and said, where you going to sell drug? You know that you can sell drug, But instead, they went ahead, they honored the deal. But the strange thing is, the commander who was in charge, they didn't fire him. They fired Officer Slew. Let's go to the lines, Bugger. We got 8 more minutes to go. Let's take some calls. So something is wrong at DEA, Bugger. They didn't fire Officer Slew. They fired Officer Slew, but they did not fire the commander in charge of the operation because he's close to the Director General of DEA. Well, what is the title there? The nomenclature, the title of that position, is it Director General or what? Some kind of position. I think it's a director.
Yeah.
But they didn't fire the big guy. They fired the little guy. Why? As Baga said, is it because they were vexed that they gave some of the drugs to the lady and they did not bring it because they too want to go sell the drugs?
Yeah.
And where are the people they confiscated those drugs from? They have left the country. Perhaps, who knows? I can't really say. But I'm told they were put in jail and the very next day they were set free. Let's take some calls, Baga, if we have any. We'll take about 7 calls. So this thing was Cephas, Baga. Do you think Cephas was really in on this thing? He didn't sound like he was in on this thing. I don't like Cephas. I'm not a fan of Cephas. Everybody knows that. Cephas is a dirty, nasty role. He worked for me. He's a crook. As a lawyer, I fired him because of what he did. But this recording, I like to be fair, this recording, does it indicate that Cephas was in on this so-called ritualistic juju thing that they were trying to do with Ellen Cochran?
Yes, Costa. I'm sure that he's involved. And what she's saying, there's some truth in it because
people sound very shocked.
Yeah, because somebody can just say to Costa and just lie on you that Costa is this, Costa is that. Some people do, but now we're talking with you every day. You and I were discussing on the phone back and forth. I'm calling you my XYZ and you're accepting it. You're not turning it down, and you even trying to negotiate between somebody that I'm accusing. There's some little truth in it, Costa.
Okay, I would like Ellen Cochran to tell her where are the recordings for Ofori there. She spoke with Ofori. She should tell us somebody here advertising on our thing. The next time you advertise on our live feed, I will block you. You will never post here. We built this platform. Tens of thousands of people will watch this video. You don't come here and advertise your thing. You keep posting your thing here, advertising it. You want to advertise, you come to us. You understand? You got your travel agency. You want to advertise, you come to us. You don't come on my live feed and be posting your link and telling people to go buy tickets from you. Absolute nonsense. Don't do that again. You do it again, I'll block you. You understand? We have an office in Liberia. We pay rent for. We pay internet. How many internet services we got? 2. We got generator. We pay light bill. We buy fuel oil. I pay. How many employees I got? 5. So you just come here, you just post the thing here. You think our Facebook live show here? Well, look, okay, yesterday in the car, they ain't got no overhead cost. When you get cell phone, you sit down in your car or in your living room, you go live. This right here is different. We have a whole studio in Liberia, whole studio. You understand? We spend money, rent, internet, gasoline, this, that. So you don't just come here and post your stuff here. We do a lot of free promotion here for businesses, but you got to come ask us first. So you come here, you want to post a thing, I will block you. Nonsense. So Serena Siva sounded sharp in our recording, Boakai, when Ellen Cochran mentioned to him about it. The thing is Serena Siva was in on the whole human hair business. Why would she be telling him the kind of thing Ofori on? Now he asking me to bring human hair, three virgin hair, and he's saying that he's a do it, he can do it for you and do it for other people. But Boakai, if Serena Siva had been engaged in that line of conversation with her about that subject, about human heads, Serena Siva sounded shocked. Let's be honest. And she was providing him information that apparently Sivas did not know, because, or at least she and Sivas had not discussed prior to that call. So I have issue with Sivas for talking with this woman, because Siva is the one that dropped the charges, the indictment against her. And that's as you are able to come to Liberia. I'm sure she gave him money to do that. But the point here is, as far as the whole ritualistic killing is concerned, or the juju thing is concerned, Serena Cephas sounded less, and she made it seem like she was telling him for the first time. Because if Cephas knew about the juju thing or the plan to do the stuff, why would she be telling him during that call in that manner? Okay? You see that? So it's not convincing enough. If Ellen Cochran wants us to be convinced, I want to provide 2 more recordings. One, when she and Ofori Dia were talking about the 3 virgin heads, when Ofori Dia made a request or the proposal to her, okay, if I want to record you about something like that, and you raise it with me, I will say, you know what I mean? I'm busy right now. Let me call you back in a few hours. If I'm not prepared to start recording, I will say, let me call you back later. You know why? Because I want to record you. So I will be prepared, and then I will call you, and then I start recording. And Ellen Cochran is a super trickster, terrible woman. So I want to hear the recording in which she and Cephas were talking about the killings or the parts for the juju. I want to also hear about the recording when Ofori Dia made a proposal to her that they can use 3 virgin hairs when he mentioned McGill's name. And now, but I like to be fair. The woman is a dirty rogue. She stole $6.3 million from the United States government. $6.3 million US. She's going to jail for she faces up to 30 years in prison. Now, she may get parole after serving maybe 10 years or 15 years. But when she comes out, she will not be small girl, she will be old. And the US government has recovered some of the money she stole. They still have not been able to recover at least, I think, 2 or 3 million more. $2 or $3 million they have not been able to recover. Ellen Cochran is just a rogue. She can't help herself. She is a rogue that cannot help herself. So, for me to hear her talking about Juju Bene, Wagai, breaking news. 3 AFL soldiers were arrested this morning on the old road around Kailondo Hotel for armed robbery. They carried out armed robbery in the red light area and they were arrested, and they are right now at the charge of quarters at the LMP. 3 AFL soldiers arrested for participating in armed robbery.
Wow.
Yes. The AFL is at the LMP right now, asking the LMP to turn the 3 soldiers over to them. I'm going to repeat. 3 AFL soldiers. I'm going to get their pictures. I'm going to try to get their pictures. 3 AFL soldiers were arrested this morning somewhere in the vicinity of the Kailondo Hotel on the Old Road for engaging in armed robbery. They say this is their regular MO. They will go, take their weapons, and carry out armed robbery. And Jesus Christ, soldiers doing armed robbery.
Is it that they are not taking pay on time? Is it because they don't know
what amount of suffering should justify that kind of crime? No way. No way. Nobody might tell me, say, oh, because I'm not taking pay, so I reason I go commit armed robbery. No. No kind of hardship to justify that. 3 AFL, right now they are LMP headquarters. 3 AFL soldiers. They are there as we speak, Baka. We know that soldier catching hell. I know that, Baka. But should that justify them committing armed robbery, Baka? Armed robbery, that's small crime?
Nope.
They're not small crime. So they're not. If they're not taking pay in the army, I feel sorry for them. You know, we talk about them all the time. We care about their welfare, their well-being. But please, you can't go do armed robbery, man. Come on, man. You saw an oath to defend the Constitution, to defend the country. Then you turn to a petty criminal. Now you're petty. They're not petty crime, they said. That's serious crime. You cannot turn to an armed robber. You know, that's terrible. So we'll follow that story there. We'll give you update. As I said, right now, their bosses, the senior ranking officers from the AFL, they are at the police headquarters right now, negotiating for them to be turned over to the AFL. Yeah. And some people saying full, but I'm told my source is at the LMP. My source is at the LMP. My source is telling me 3. They may be 4, but my source is telling me 3. My source is at the LMP. 3. That's what my source is saying. They may be 4, but my source tells me 3. But this is very scary.
Very, very.
Soldiers involved in armed robbery? Jesus Christ. Now, one of them is not an armed, is not a soldier. They didn't do the armed robbery alone. They said they work with other people. So maybe the 4th person you're seeing is a civilian.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I'm told they collaborate with the civilians to do this thing. Yep. I'm telling you. So next weekend, the Liberty Party will be hosting the summit in Allentown, PA, in Pennsylvania. And they've invited me, and I intend to attend next weekend. The Liberty Party will be hosting a summit in Allentown, PA, from the 17th of September to the 19th of September in Allentown, PA. You know? So I intend to honor their invitation. The 17th will be on a Friday. They're having a summit. I'm told the Yumli and other party leaders, Delon and Musa Ability, I'm told they're supposed to be here for the summit. It's from Friday the 17th through Saturday the 18th to Sunday the 19th. The Liberty Party will be hosting its summit in Allentown, PA. Next week, we will interview some of them here on the Costa Show to just tell us what the summit is all about, and so on and so forth. So, fellow Liberians, there you have it. This brings us to an end of today's edition of the show. We're going to be back here tomorrow. Take care, boy.
Okay.
You guys.